Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to be looking at two headsets that I've been using since running the channel. And I've had different results with each one, and I want to go through the Oculus Quest 2 and the Reverb G2. Here we have the Oculus Quest 2, great headset. I want to point out that this is based on its use with Microsoft Flight Simulator in particular, so not just a general thing. But I've got to say the best thing about this headset is the versatility. So many different types of games. You can play it wirelessly, or you can play it tethered. Another great thing about this headset is a sweet spot. It's really wide, so you have a lot of space to see without blur in the actual headset. It's a real strength for this one. Okay, there's almost no screen door effect, so that the screen door effect is almost not there really. I don't see any screen door effect in it at all when I'm playing it. It has great tracking, excellent tracking. This does. So you know, even if it's dark, dim, if the light is if the room is dim or too bright, it doesn't really matter. You can still play it. It still tracks perfectly. So yeah, it's really good, good headset. The cons. Now, my biggest gripe with this is not whether it's with Facebook, which is a con, but it's the bugs. It's the software bugs, especially with Microsoft Flight Simulator. We all know how frustrating it can be when you've got everything set up and the VR just pulls down your FPS to like 3 FPS and then 20 FPS. It's like a slideshow. It's like, no. And then as soon as you turn the VR off, it's fine, right? I understand the problem. I understand that's a problem. I don't understand why it's a problem, because these developers should know how to fix that. But anyway, check out my tutorial to find out how to set it up for the simulator. But yeah, this is a real problem with this. You know, you can be mid-flight and you've got it right, and suddenly it'll crash and you'll start getting flashes. So then you have to reset the whole thing and then reset the flight, because it won't load in the flight. Rarely does it do that. So you've got to load it out, and then you've got to like go back into VR mode in the main menu again, and then find back where you were and restart the flight. So like, not ideal. It's doable. I did it for months. It was frustrating, but yeah, no, you could do without that, right? All those bugs. The colour is a little bit washed out. They're not the best in terms of colour. It's a bit washed out, a bit pale. The sound is not good. They have the speakers on the sides here, but they're really tinny. So like, I just use a separate pair of headphones when I'm listening to music or chatting with my mates. Another con is got to be about the accessories, like I mentioned before, to make it comfortable and usable. To use it for a longer period of time, you've got to get a battery pack as well. So that's another accessory. So in terms of accessories, I think it's a weakness in the Quest. But overall, I would say it's a very good headset. The performance of the headset in the simulator is a real problem for me. It's a real problem, because you end up spending 2 hours fixing it up and trying to go into VR, and then an hour flying. Whereas you don't want to be setting up for more than even a minute or two, really. Ideally, right? You want to plug it in, play it, and work, right? So the setup and the bugs and the problems with the msfs with this are problematic, but I still recommend it as a good headset for VR once it gets going. Once you get it working, it's okay. And the other headset I want to look at today is the HP Reverb G2. I bought this for $599. So compared to $427 for the Quest 2, it's looking like a good bet. It's ready to use out of the box, very comfortable, instantly. And so I'll go through some pros for this headset. First of all is amazing clarity and visuals and the color. Everything about the image that you get in the VR is brilliant. It's so clear. It makes the simulator, boom, come to life. But the major thing for me is how easy it is to use. As soon as you plug it into the simulator and you activate VR mode, it just pops into the VR mode. And it can take up to like 10-20 seconds to get it absolutely perfect. And it just works every time so reliably. It could be because of my GPU and CPU, but honestly, it's optimized. It's made for the simulator. So maybe that's why it's so good in the performance side of things. But yeah, brilliant headset for the simulator. Another thing I love about it is the sound. It's great sound. It's a really good stereo sound system. It's surprising. I was surprised it's off ear, but it works really well. So the sound really is top. Very comfortable, and great FPS. I forgot to mention that. Great FPS in sim. It does not slow it down at all. You've got a great sound, great performance, great optimization. I would say the G2. I would say the G2 is one of the best headsets you can get for this simulator. It's amazing. It's honestly, it's really worth getting it. So I highly recommend getting the HP Reverb G2 for this simulator. I just want to discuss a few cons of the headset. The first thing would be the controller. The controller, I find it quite cumbersome. It's a bit annoying to use, and it's really wide circle on the bottom compared to the Quest 2. You see how big that is? And it does initially the same thing. I don't play much VR standing up, so maybe I'm not one to judge that too much, but I don't really, not crazy about the controllers. It always needs to be connected to the PC, okay? No matter what. You can't do it wirelessly. And sometimes people complain about the USB ports aren't registering the headset properly and they get problems connecting. So what I usually do is just reset the computer and change the USB port, making sure it's a USB 3 obviously. So looking at both headsets, we can see that the price isn't that much different. You've got the Quest 2 for $427, including the accessories. So I'm just talking about the ones that I paid for. And you've got the ready-to-use out-of-the-box G2 for $599. So the Reverb G2 is definitely streets ahead of the Quest 2 in terms of performance and pretty much everything when you're using with the simulator. I really love flying in VR, and these two headsets are both great buys. So whichever one you get, I'm sure you'll be happy with it. I hope this video helps give you guys some impressions of how each headset performs with the simulator in particular. Let me know if you've got any questions in the comment section. And if you like this video, please feel free to like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Cheers guys, take it easy and stay safe.